Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now.
This week, there's been a firestorm of, bad PR for a certain company known as Carrier IQ. Software that is possibly pre-installed on your mobile device. Software that is designed to help manufacturers and carriers, vicariously, better troubleshoot problems that might be happening on your mobile device. And there was, a guy who posted a video or two to the internet saying, "Oh my God, they're spying on you and they're collecting keystrokes and everything that you do is being recorded." And before you knew it, every one of these companies, whether they were a carrier or a device manufacturer, was like, "No, we don't just carry that. We don't know anything." Oh man, firestorm. And you've probably been keeping up with these headlines, but as security researchers have looked further into Carrier IQ, they're starting to believe that it's benign information. Really, it's overblown. The idea that this is a security breach, and I have every reason to believe security researchers, independent security researchers, and I can't imagine any carrier doing this surreptitiously. Without thinking that at some point this could be a full-blown PR nightmare. I have said, and I haven't changed my tune on this, it's not that the software exists, it's seemingly a lack of transparency of what it does. The fact that someone comes out and says, "Hey, this is happening. I can't believe this is going on. Look at what I'm doing here, and this may be happening to you. Here's some software that can help you see if you've got the software from Carrier IQ installed on your phone." Freaking a lot of people out. A lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And so Carrier IQ has done the right thing, and they've posted a video publicly on YouTube and said, "Hey, this is what we're doing, dude." Independent security researchers come in and say, "Yeah, dude, this is it's benign information. It's not... it's not what people say it is." Who do you trust? Don't trust anybody. But just understand that when you use a device that's transmitting information, hopefully you have the option to keep that information from being transmitted. I demonstrated yesterday how to do that on the iPhone. It's different, or going to be different, certainly on Android devices. So be aware of what you might be transmitting, and if you have no way of becoming aware, then put pressure on the device manufacturers and carriers, your favorites, whoever and whatever you happen to be using. It's the lack of transparency that is potentially the most alarming part of this whole thing. There's no such thing as a perfect scenario in terms of getting data to people who need it without revealing a little bit. As I showed you on yesterday's one of yesterday's videos, I showed you the logs that Apple would be collecting if I transmitted that information to them. They're not going to track me down that I know of. I mean, maybe I should be putting on a tinfoil hat. There are times to be alarmed about it, and times to just realize, hey, you're sending data. This is the data that you're sending. Is it benign, or is it tracking you specifically? Is it a true keylogger? Is it a rootkit, or does it just have all the elements of these nefarious pieces of software? Transparency is the name of the game, and I think it's nice to see Carrier IQ step forward, and other independent security researchers step forward and say, yeah, it's much ado about nothing. So be aware that you might be sending data, benign, not benign, just be aware. I mean, I think it's a good public service message. If you haven't scanned your systems for malware, you might consider doing it. iPhone users really don't have to do that. Mac users would. PC users, Linux or any desktop operating system. Windows, sure. Android does have some malware that's out there, and if you're not careful, you could probably you're your own worst enemy in many cases. So hopefully you haven't been impacted in any negative way with this particular news, but just be aware, we've reported on an article that Carrier IQ might not be spying on your Android device after all, if you have an Android device or any device that has Carrier IQ software on it somewhere. And it looks like, see here, Android can get malware, says Ethan123lol. I think he was being facetious. Can anybody spell facetious? I know how. I didn't until I realized I made a mistake in spelling facetious long before spell check was around. So that's something that we just wanted to let you know before you did anything else with your mobile device, as I was looking for more comments to read from the live video feed as recorded and broadcast on YouTube.